Hello, everybody. Bigfoot, Michigan Rob here. It's Friday. Time for another subscriber encounter story. This is a Dogman story. You guys, this is creepy. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment. Share me out. Subscribe to Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. Don't forget, Tuesdays, 9 in the East, Beyond BMR, a live show. Thursdays, 1 in the East, Brunch with Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. Like, share, subscribe, as I know you will. Let's get on with it. June 8th, 2008, Rockford, Illinois, Rock Cut State Park. My name is Bill, and my wife is Judy, residents of Rockford. The state park is less than 7 miles from our home. For the past several years, starting in 2001, we often visited this park to go camping and get in some fishing. It has become one of our favorite spots because of the close proximity to our house, and frankly, it has some of the best scenery in Rockford. At least, that is this man's opinion. The drive from the home also is magnificently lined with pines and spruce trees, amongst the other fresh green ambience and the beautiful fall colors in October. In fact, June and October are usually the 2 months that we like to camp, while the other months we love to hit the trail and enjoy the outdoors. The smells of nature is really what Judy loves, and in fact, this is where I met her in June of 2001. Of all the places to fall in love and meet, a wooded trail in Rockford. It was love at first sight, and we were married the following summer of 2002. The years of 2002 through 2007, camping and hiking at Rock Cut State Park was nothing less than spectacular. These were the best years of our early marriage. Something changed, however, during the summer of 2008. That summer, we were forced to find another spot to set up our camp. We were disappointed that we had to move from this camping area due to the fact that the state had decided to construct a welcome center and build a 200-foot tower and observatory. So, Judy and I were off to find a new spot. After several months and weeks of exploring, we came across a beautiful location 10 miles north of our original location. A creek ran through this spot and had a trail that was heavily traversed by deer roaming across the area, or I should say through the area. The creek proved to be a great source of trout and smallmouth bass that we could catch and prepare for meals. Judy and I, when we went camping, traveled lightly. When it came to packing, we brought some dried foods, some canned vegetables, the appropriate clothing, and lots of coffee. We only brought a small amount of water, as Judy loved to drink from the creek after we appropriately filtered it. Judy always said, "Be one with nature." Kind of one of the things that first attracted me to her. The time had finally come to Christian our new site, and planned a week-long vacation into the June month 2008. The first day in our new haven, we spent the entire morning fishing and just enjoying the deer that roamed across the creek in full view. This, we thought, was perfect, and we warmed up right away to our new abode. Day one was just perfect. The following morning, we got up and went back to our fishing spot. But that day felt strange. It was overcast, and a slight drizzle started coming down on us. Unlike the previous day, we did not see any deer, and Judy told me that, well, she felt as though from across the creek that there was something there. Not only that there was something there, but peering in and watching them. I did not have this feeling and told Judy it was just her imagination. After an hour, my mind had changed, as I too felt a presence and could not put a finger on it. For the entire week, we had felt something foreboding and ominous. Not to ruin our day, we persevered and kept about our camping and fishing. It was not until driving home that this whole story takes a turn. I had made mention earlier that the drive to this campsite was lined with trees on either side of us, and it was a peaceful ride all the way to our driveway. Yes, we live in the woods, And this is what makes us love living so close to Rock State Park. During the drive, traveling no more than 20 to 25 miles per hour, I felt this presence of being watched despite driving in our vehicle. It was like something was following us from the woodline, keeping pace with the vehicle. I felt this to be absurd, and I turned to Judy, and she said, "Stop the truck. Something in the woods has been following us." She kind of shouted at me. Now my gut felt as though it had been punched. We were on the same wavelength, making this extremely creepy. We stopped, got out of the truck, and looked into the woods. After about 10 minutes of nothing, Judy said, "Bill, look right there." I looked towards the tree line, and perhaps 10 feet or so deep, I saw two massive red eyes staring back at us. Unlike anything that I've ever seen. I urged Judy to get back into the truck, and I kid you not, we continued to see these eyes paralleling the car, or truck, keeping up at 15 or 20 miles an hour. We are less than 15 minutes from our home, and we still sporadically see those red eyes. Finally, I had enough and accelerated to 40 miles per hour. And to my amazement, those red eyes, they continued to follow us for about 20 seconds. Then finally, they disappeared. It was such relief when we got back home, still on edge. We left our vehicle, unpacked. We stayed there unpacking for the next morning. After settling in, Judy made us some coffee, and we went out on our wraparound porch. Our home sits right in the middle of a half-acre lot, with the woods on both sides of us. In fact, you have to drive about 20 miles south of our home before you get out of the woods, to a local gas station and shopping area. Then after drinking our coffee and getting ready to turn in for the night, out in the tree line, yeah, you guessed it, those glowing red eyes appeared, perhaps 4 feet above the ground. Judy and I were paralyzed with fear, and the eyes, those eyes, they got close. And the closer that those red eyes got, the taller this figure grew. Then it stopped. Not 5 feet outside the tree line, and what we saw gives me a chill to this day. Sitting atop a rather slim frame was what appeared to be an oversized wolf's head. And now it's standing upright, I'm guessing 7 foot tall. You could distinctly see pointed ears that had to stand straight up at least a half a foot or so. The head was wolf-like, yet misshapen. Then it dropped to all fours and raced back into the woods, howling. But this was not a typical wolf's howl. It was a dreadful howl. Not like anything I've ever heard. It sent chills into my bones. The reason I could see this so clearly from the onset is the moon in the back of this creature was high and bright during the night, giving off full illumination of this creature. The one weird thing about this is, to the best of my knowledge, there are no wolves in these parts. The next morning, I went to the tree line where I saw this entity, wolf or whatever it was. I found no sign of anything. No tracks, no broken foliage, nothing. I even walked at least 20 yards back into the tree line, and still nothing. Judy and I have never seen this again, but sometimes late at night, we hear that dreadful howl that shakes your inner core, as if to remind us both, that it's there and that it's watching. You probably have a question. Do we feel like we're being watched? And the answer is yes, every day. The strange thing about this, Rob, we do not have a single intention of moving or selling our place. That may be stranger than this story. Signed, Bill You know what, Bill? You're nuts. Judy, you're nuts. If you're listening to this, I don't care. I don't care how beautiful it is. I don't know what you saw. It was something apparently was not natural. Trailing you 20 miles an hour, up to 40 miles an hour for 20 seconds. You still hear these howls at night? I don't know. I got the chills, you guys. That was creepy. Do you guys agree with me? Is Bill and Judy nuts? Leave a comment. Subscribe to Bigfoot Michigan Rob. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Until next time, BMR. Ease out.